Watching Idaho's News Channel 7. This is the news at 4.
We're right outside the outlet store and the distribution center, and the fire started right out here, and then it spread really in seconds and a few minutes to cover the entire outdoor yard. And then the steel covering actually all melted. All the girders and the roof melted and collapsed.
For the first time, we're getting a behind-the-scenes look at the damage and the devastating loss the nonprofit Idaho Youth Ranch suffered in a massive fire on July 18th. Youth Ranch managers don't have an exact figure, but say the loss of donated clothing and household items for their 24 statewide thrift stores is in the millions. Fire investigators recently ruled the cause of the fire undetermined. Boise Fire says they couldn't pinpoint a cause because of the amount of water used and because they had to remove items from the area where the fire started in order to put out the flames. Now this morning, Idaho Youth Ranch CEO Scott Curtis gave News Channel 7's Doug Petcash a tour of the damaged facility. Take a look.
We see the sprinklers going back here. Why are those still on?
Those have been left on for, these 1,200-pound bales of clothing that were all ready to be shipped. Those created like fire briquettes from this thing. So we've needed to keep making sure that no other fire starts out here.
Scott, how devastating is this? I mean, have you even been able to calculate how much product you've lost? Yeah,
well, the first thing that impacts the devastation is we had 0 loss of life and no staff members injured as they evacuated. And I keep repeating that because it really is an incredible part of this story. The financial devastation is pretty significant. We've lost all of the materials out here that burnt, but also the smoke, because it entered our warehouse in thick clouds, it has actually made everything inside the warehouse not usable. So that year's worth of inventory I talked about is all lost.
Scott, all this stuff looks pristine, but you've got to get rid of all of it?
Yeah, the inspectors came through and tested it, and they said the materials all have to go. We can't sell them.
How much is in here?
From a volume standpoint, I can't tell you, but from a value standpoint, probably a couple $1 million.
It's kind of sad that all of this is gone.
It is sad, and part of what's sad for us is one of the things we love about the Youth Ranch is so many of our communities trust us to reuse their goods. It keeps these goods out of the landfill. It offers them at low prices to people that need them, and people feel good having their stuff reused. So we really feel terrible, and we know people are going to help us build it back up. But also, I think it really educates the community on how much their goods are valued and how many ways we have to reuse them.
What is the plan for this location?
Great question. So the immediate first thing is the disaster removal. It's the removal of all the material you see that's burned and all the removal inside of the buildings. Then there's another inspection of all of the facilities to make sure that the buildings are all structurally sound. And then we get to move into how do we reopen this and rehab the buildings and also make some improvements for the future.
The individual Youth Ranch thrift stores have remained open. Curtis says those stores will be able to start taking donations again on Sunday, and that's because Interfaith Sanctuary's homeless shelter has offered the use of its new location on State Street as a temporary warehouse. Now, Curtis also says that will allow them to keep their staff fully employed, and you can watch Doug's full tour and interview this Sunday morning at 9 o'clock on Viewpoint.